Welcome back to the HCA. In this episode we're going to be rip and remarking the fitting. So you want to start off by just making sure that you've marked everything on to the coat that you want to alter. So see from the fitting, we wanted to take in our underarm cut here, clear the front of our armhole. We wanted to drop the armhole down, and we also want to take a little bit out of the underarm cut here at the waist. The other thing I want to do is let out the shoulders on both sides. I think that might help with the overall silhouette. Got the front edge marked, and then we've got it under here, and then we're also dropping the armhole down this side as well. And then we've got the pins here at the back waist. Mark those out too before pulling them out. That's for the back balance. So I did say I was going to show you two ways of joining the shoulder. One was with the inlay and one was without. So in this case I'm going to cut the inlay off. I'll show you how to join shoulders without inlay. I've got a straight edge here from where we cut it, so just to test that, just to see, get a hold of fibre there, and you should be able to run it all the way down there. So we know we've got a straight edge. So we're going to line that with the edge of the lapel here. So this portion of the lapel has to be on a straight edge. So we have the facing here all basted into position. I decided to actually go for a contrasting thread because I really want to try and pick up the stitches that were butting into this, so you'll see clearly what it is that I'm doing. Just like any thread, you want to take it and give it a good stretch and a pluck. Now, I'm going to catch the in-breast pocket to the canvas here. Got my finger actually between the cloth and the canvas, so I can feel how deep I'm going. Now we're shrinking in the fullness we added to the chest here. There's a saying in tailoring, and it's a dirty inside is a clean outside. What that means is the more fullness you have on the inside, the better the outside of the coat's going to look. Dirty isn't quite the right word for it. It should have fullness in it, but it shouldn't be so full as it looks untidy. Common mistake made by students is they don't pull it open enough this way. This ends up being longer underneath, and you put the lining in, the lining ends up being short. Make sure it's pulled open, both at the hem and at the top of the side seam. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch along here. I'm going to use the bit of, so I'll use a slightly lighter thread. It's the same that I used for the tack in the back. What I'm going to do is hide the needle out in the edge. Put the knot back there as well. And then what you do is you can always work it to the inside, so keep it short on the inside. Just put pick up a little bit of the cloth on the edge. Like that. It's just a felling stitch. Let's get the fitting this collar. So whenever we shape the collar, we started from the centre back seam and then worked around to the front. So we're laying the collar on, we're going to follow the same principles. Start at the centre back and then work around to the peak itself. So here we have the coat on stand, and we're checking the roll of the lapel here and make sure it's stopping just above the button. As you can see in this here, this actually is rolling really well on both sides. I'm very happy with that. What you want to do is actually just to cross it over at the front here and just check to make sure that the lapel isn't rolling through the button. If it rolls through the button, what you'll have is you'll have this sort of effect here where it's concaving at the buttonhole and the button stance, which again essentially means that the collar is actually rolling through. It's rolling well below the button. When it's rolling to the button, it should just stop above the button, and when you cross it over here, there's no pulling or anything, or it's not trying to roll back on itself. So this here is actually rolling really well. Very happy with how this is sitting. So we're going to go back over to the table now, and we're going to stitch this on and then just finish shaping it before applying the top collar.